Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your fave, Shar Says So, and we are talking episode 3, DJ Drama of E's WAGS. Let's get the show started.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey. We gotta dance around like the video.
Where are we supposed to look?
You're looking into this one.
Looking into that? Okay.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Shar Says So. And sitting next to me is the lovely...
Your girl, Trene. We in the building. We out here.
That's literally your Twitter handle.
No, your girl, Trene. You know, I always have to have some sort of tagline, but I'm so happy to be here.
And today we have two very, very special guests, darling, and they are stars of E's hit show, WAGS. We have Sophia in the building.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Nicole. Hi, ladies. How are you feeling
Good,
today?
how are you?
I'm great.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for asking. Yeah. You all are gorgeous in person.
Man.
You know, when they walked in, I was like, they look like Barbies. Like, you literally look like everything's so pristine and put together, and you girls are good.
Gosh, thanks.
So,
Don't make her blush.
episode 3 was so messy. Can we get the live feed, by the way? Oh my goodness.
It's definitely a lot to take in.
It was. I was live tweeting last night. Sophia liked some. You retweeted one of my retweets, Nicole.
Yeah.
I didn't get a retweet from you.
I wasn't on Twitter. Well, I was for a little bit, but then I have a house full of dogs right now.
Yeah,
so I was like a mad woman.
She's got like 4 Frenchies at her house right now.
Really?
Yeah, some babysitting. So I was all over the place.
So you can pay attention. But I take it that you saw the episode.
I did.
Okay, so you know I have tons of questions about the 30th birthday party.
Yeah, it was lit.
That was a good party. Gotta give it to Nicole. She planned that all. Like, you had a little bit of help, but you did a really good job.
Yeah.
Really?
It took a lot. Yeah. But.
Well, we're going to start at the top of the episode. I just want to go on record to say I love, like, I know it was like a fluff scene, but I love Sheldon and Barbie's interaction.
Oh my God, they're so funny.
Cute.
They're so cute.
Like, and you could tell that it was genuine and that it was not, it wasn't like anything contrived for TV.
Not at all.
It was good.
No, but you know what? Guys are never interested in wedding planning.
Never.
No.
For sure. I love how he's like, just show them your Pinterest and that's it.
Yeah, that was funny how he said that. And then when she got the word wrong, he's like, babe.
Reiterate. It's not in. And then, you know what? Personally, I go back and forth with if I want to have the big gravitas, Sarah Jessica Parker, Carrie Bradshaw, Mr. Big wedding, or if I just want to go down to the justice of the peace and get it over with.
Yeah.
What do you want?
You know what? I want a small wedding. I want a traditional wedding. My boyfriend's African, so, you know, we got to put in the African
with 3 WAGS.
tradition.
Yeah.
We gotta put in the, you know, me, but I don't want a huge production. That's not.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
What about you?
I'm not going to be here for a long time.
But you have a huge family.
Yeah,
like it'll be big.
For sure. I want to have a big wedding for sure, but not anytime soon. But when it is, like, I want it to be a huge party. Like I want it to be the best party of the year. Yeah. Ooh. I like to be the center of attention, so I'm going to milk every second of that. I really am. I'm going to be probably Bridezilla, but...
Oh my God.
Ooh,
See?
I hope you have cameras following you, because I'd love to talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Now, Nicole...
I am like the total opposite. Like I just like I'm not really like into like planning and like all that, and I just want like everybody to have just as much fun as I'm having. So I probably won't be Bridezilla. I just want it to be a party. Like I don't even care about like how amazing the wedding is. I just want to make sure everybody's having fun. Like I just want to be somewhere maybe like
it is so much.
Yeah. I just feel like I gotta relax.
Hall and the florist and all that. It's a lot.
And
to
you
put
almost
together.
like lose the whole insight of why you're even walking down the aisle.
Yeah.
It gets
and
too
I have like
crazy.
anxiety, so like the easier the better on me.
Do you, Miss Reality Star?
I do. It's bad. Like I mean, it's just like a
we all get a little anxiety. I mean, it's hard not to when you've got
like too much stress is
I'm
not good with. Too much stress.
Yeah, none of us are. By the way, it should be noted, I told Nicole, like I told you all, that I saw her outside of the club during Grammy week, and she was like thinking
wait,
what club is that? But I definitely saw you, because I was like, I was passing by, and I was with a girl from another reality show that comes on VH1, and I was like, there, because I did season 1 after show of this. So I was like, look at Nicole. I joined late though, because I know that you came in.
Me and Natalie did it.
Yes, last season.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, one of the openers of this episode, we see Tia, who I think is absolutely stunning, by the way.
She's giving me Naomi Campbell vibes.
When she has the long
hair.
We see her meet up with Autumn, and they start recapping what went down at training camp in Arizona between your cousin and Autumn. So my whole thing with this is Autumn. I like you, Autumn, sis, if you're watching. I really do like you, but she tends to be so problematic on this show to me. Like, I'm not really on anyone's side or anyone's team, but I find that Autumn is so full of, like, contradictions and justifications for her bad behavior. And one quote stood out to me. She said, when someone has something to prove so hard, they don't have it. And I find that for someone like Autumn, who constantly pumps that whole, like, oh, my marriage is kind of perfect, I don't care what you have to say, she really combats when people, you know, verbally attack that, or verbally question it, I should say. She really takes issue with that.
That's like her only thing.
She definitely has, like, a strong...
I mean, I think she's all talk. When we're not there, she talks, and then when it's there, she doesn't really want to say much. So... I don't know.
So wait, are you saying, like, when lights are up and cameras up?
No.
She's bumping the gums, and then
I mean, like, when she's talking to Tia, talking about everything, and I just feel like she is so worked up about it, but then she's like, oh, I don't care. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Whatever.
Okay.
Is it though? Like.
So, like, when she's having one-on-ones when no one's around, it's all of this.
That scene
but
was
then
a little
when
different.
You all
I don't know.
So are you suggesting that in the event that you all ever had, like, a reunion, she wouldn't be as vocal as she is on the show?
I mean, maybe, but sometimes she is pretty sweet. Other times she isn't. It's really confusing.
I go back and forth with her, but she's so far, this is only episode 3, and she's proven to be rather villainous. Like, I'm like rolling the one eye, not both, but you know how you gotta roll the one sometimes, so.
I think Autumn does that pretty well, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She's always rolling her eyes, and she's always like,
sure.
Constantly.
It's crazy. Did you have the intent of confronting her, like, before you got on the show? Like, would your sister tell you about it, or you were like, I'm coming for her? Like,
I mean, I didn't really want to be so, like, dramatic about it, but that night, was it the first episode, I think?
At Sama.
I mean, we were all drinking, obviously, and we're all there, and she kind of walked in as if everything was cool, and she gives a lot of shade, and I just wanted to call her out on that, and that's what I did. So.
That's exactly what you did. As a matter of fact, I likened your introduction to us, because, you know what, I had a bone to pick with whoever edits or does this show, because I was like, okay, Sophia got an intro, but where the hell is Tia's?
Yeah, like, I feel
Tia
like
didn't get like a walkthrough and all that stuff. Like, but the scenes with you and Natalie and Olivia, I likened it a little bit to the Kardashians, because you were giving me Chloe.
I always get that because I've got blonde hair. I feel like everybody thinks I'm
and
Chloe.
You were very outspoken, though.
Yeah. The girls just don't really care. Like, I think I'm a little bit more, like, dramatic. I take things more personal, whereas Olivia and Natalie, they're kind of like, they were over it, like, forever ago. And they were actually kind of pissed off at me that I kind of rebirthed it, but
well, it's because you've been holding back for so long, because she was living in Vancouver, and Natalie and Olivia would call her like, this is going on, and she just had it all bottled up.
Season 1
and watching it
and see it unfold.
Exactly.
And that's why I asked. I was like, okay, when you knew you were coming on the show, you were like, I'm getting her.
Yeah, like, she already knew what was going on. So she's meeting Autumn for the first time, like, so you're Autumn.
Yeah.
So you're Autumn. Okay, Miss Autumn. So then we move on to you, Nicole, planning Larry's Dirty 30, his party.
Yes.
And so Olivia and Natalie come over. Now, this is something that really stood out to me that kind of almost got on my nerves about Natalie. Wait, is it Natalie? Natalie. So in the scene, you all are talking about the planning of the party, and she knows good and damn well that Sean is one of Larry's good friends. Right. And I felt like in the scene, you know, she later talks about she felt like you should have told her that he was going to be there, but I feel like that is, I would have assumed a given. Like, I would have assumed. Yeah.
She asked you, who's going to be there? Who's going to be there? She should have asked, like, is Sean going to be there?
Yeah.
But, you know,
I didn't think I really needed to be like, well, Sean's coming. I thought it was just like a
given, like you said. Yeah. If I invite Kelly roll into a party, there's a chance Beyonce and Michelle Williams might be there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly,
I get it.
Exactly, yeah. If I didn't invite Sean, then he'd have a huge problem with me, a huge problem with Larry. It would just be like a big, huge mess.
And she probably would have been looking for him.
Right. And she probably would have wanted him kind of to be there. I mean, she's missing him, you know what I mean? So I think that a part of her was happy he was there. But
through the TV.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
No?
I don't know him.
Sean.
Yeah, Sean. I don't really care for him.
I don't think he gives enough of his personality on the show.
I think he gives
there's
too
a lot
much.
more to Sean than the cameras. But, you know, I don't know. I think Natalie may have known, but she also kind of wanted to verbalize to her friend that she was feeling uncomfortable and they're best friends. And I don't, you know what I mean? I feel like there was more to that. But, like...
Yeah, I think that she just probably... It was a shock. Maybe she thought they weren't talking, so I don't know if she thought he was out of town or what. So she probably thought, like, I talked to him, I knew he was in town and he was coming. So she was just like, well, you could have warned me. Like,
that's
it was
all
kind
the
of
more reason to get done up. I may run into my ass.
Right.
Let me put on the best push-up bra.
Yeah, for sure.
Now-
And she looked fabulous.
She did.
She did.
You all looked good.
Thank you.
Now, what I had noticed in that scene was that it was like, oh, the girls are going to be there, and I noticed there's not really that much drama between the athletes, always just the WAGs. Has there ever been a time where one of your athletes, the WAGs had a problem?
Like it trickled over.
The athlete had a problem and you were like, oh no, now I'm splitting between me and my WAG friend kind of thing?
Nah, the guys don't really care about this kind of stuff, to
Not
be
really.
honest.
No. I mean, the only problem with an athlete it was like the Sean and Autumn thing, but that Natalie didn't care.
Yeah.
It wasn't because it's Natalie and Autumn, so they don't really.
Exactly. It's like, we're not even friends anyway, bitch. Like,
Yeah. No, the guys kind of keep to themselves. Like Larry's just like, you guys just, they don't get involved.
Well, just saying like an athlete versus an athlete.
Oh, athlete versus
Yeah,
athlete.
has there ever been any beef like that?
No, not with us. No.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, because I think
guys
that
all get along pretty good.
They get along really
They
good because
do.
Larry played with like he played with Shay.
Sean.
He played with Sean. He
Yeah.
played with Antonio. They were all on the Chargers.
Yeah,
and
they
Shay.
got it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
got
so
it.
he played with Shay when he was on the Chargers. So like they kind of all like are cool.
Which is interesting because Autumn is one that pumps the card of like, I represent my man, he represents, well no, she more so says, which has always been just a little misogynistic to me, that point, because she never stresses how her man represents her. It's always, I represent him, I represent him. It's a little dated, it's a little antiquated.
That's a good point.
but then you're on TV, doing God knows what. But, okay, so you all are talking about that. Odell Beckham is in the building. By the way, I saw him outside of the Ritz-Carlton.
Oh,
You've seen everybody outside.
Oh,
She's
yes,
like, I haven't even drive
always hiding behind someone's bushes. And he is so attractive in person. He is, like, I expected him to be cute, but he was very attractive in person.
you had
and
all
Reggie
the
Bush
athletes
was there.
in the buildings.
Right, where was my invite? Did it get lost in the mail?
I mean, when me and Natalie did the AFTERBUZZ, I don't think we met you then. So
Yeah, you didn't. But I would have
wish
been
we
there.
did.
You all three of you are. Can this be a panel of WAGs? I know. For whatever reason, I do musicians though. I think high school kind of like. It's kind of traumatized me with athletes, so I don't really, I don't really do that. I don't really play down that road anymore. But so Sophia, you are dating Jason Garrison. Are you all still dating?
You'll have to watch the show to find that out.
That's a good tease.
We're not really allowed to talk about anything, so.
Oh, really? You're not
Yeah.
allowed to talk about like your relationships and stuff.
like her current situation, I guess.
Your current.
Yeah.
I'll respect that. So I guess we'll just have to keep watching to see.
He's actually
Sophia.
the first athlete I've ever dated, though, so I'm definitely new to the WAGS world. But I mean, I have Nicole, I have my sister and cousins. So
Right.
They kind of introduced me with warm arms.
Yeah.
What was their advice? Did they give you any advice?
No, I just mean like the circle, like the girls on the show,
okay.
basically. Like
It's
they
nice
welcome
to
me
have,
in that
like,
way.
yeah, some
and that's the thing is,
camaraderie.
I felt like Tia didn't know everybody as well. I know you guys sort of knew each other,
Yeah.
but she didn't. So she got to kind of get to know everybody throughout the.
Because I feel like that would be something that would be so ideal to have. If I'm dating an athlete, I don't want to be in this by myself. I don't need all the other WAGs being mean to me. We need to, come together. Kind of like how they did on that sitcom, The Game.
Yeah.
But they kind of had that system with the sunbeams.
Yeah. You guys should
I've never
totally
even
do.
seen that show.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was.
I've heard. I know what it is.
It was better in the earlier seasons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now it's
Shout out to Mara Brockakeel.
a little bit.
Because, that's my girl. And so then we move on to Tia. and Mercedes at the birthday party. Now, in my opinion, I tweeted this last night. In my opinion, I don't know if it was edited this way. I didn't think Tia was crossing any lines. I didn't think she was flirting. I think Tia, by nature, is someone who casually may stroke an arm. I mean, body language is important to pay attention to, but I did not get an ill intent from that. But I do think Tia got messy later on in the episode, but we'll talk about that. But I didn't get...
It started off a little...
I didn't get... but I would have played those same cards. But
I thought she was turned.
You thought she was
definitely for sure turned.
I thought that she was drunk because she jumped from Mercedes giving him attention, and then she was like, "Oh my God, Sasha! Oh God!" Like,
right,
you know,
Sasha,
I thought like for a minute there, I was like, "Oh, maybe she was like drunk," and she was just kind of like, because to ask that was random for her to be like,
she was very.
"Oh, why do you have a New York hat on?"
No, she said, "Are you from New York?
Are you from New York?
Which is a valid question.
Why are you wearing it? That's so random. That's like something you would say when you're drunk.
Yeah, for sure. But you know, you don't see
Exactly.
everything that is filmed. But I'm pretty sure I did voice to her like, "What are you doing flirting with Mercedes?" And you don't see everything, right? She knew what she was doing, and she was still talking and right in front of us.
Well, at
so
that point, she didn't know.
Yeah, it was a little
you
bit
called her to the
inappropriate.
carpets. Sophia's not scared of nobody.
Sophia's not playing at
Run up,
all.
get done up with Sophia. She's not playing around.
You didn't
That
there was
night,
so
she definitely
much
was
more.
flirting.
Like you even told her she had to leave.
Yeah, I did.
That
That
wasn't
wasn't
even
on camera.
on.
Yeah,
Like, they didn't catch
See,
that.
that is what, for a girl like myself who does work in the talent wrangling world of certain reality shows, I get that things are done or seen, but the way that they sometimes splice it, you don't get to see it to the full extent.
Yeah.
But I'm saying from what I observed watching it, I didn't see
fair
flirtation.
enough. But
But you were there firsthand, so her opinion outweighs mine because she got a front row seat. But do you think Sophia could be biased because that's her sister?
I think that I saw it. She was definitely flirting. I mean, but she was very drunk, and she admitted it after. She's like, I was wasted. Like she even came up to Larry like, I love you, and Larry was like, who is she?
Right,
and I was
right,
like, it's
right.
Tia. And she's like, I love you, I love you. She's telling everybody she loves them. But I don't know. I feel like she just kind of
one
stayed
likes a
around.
sloppy drunk.
And what was when she was doing that? Because I know you're very protective over Larry.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yes.
when she did that, like,
Well, if I hadn't have known her, I would have been like, who are you?
Yeah.
But I
Right.
knew her, so I was just like, all right. And then I guess she kind of came up to us after, and she's like, I'm so sorry. And Larry's like, why are you sorry? She's like, for talking to you while Nicole wasn't around.
that was
and I was like,
that was weird. I think
talking
that
to
she'd
you while
already
she was around.
because I think at that point I said like, what are you doing flirting with Mercedes? And then she was guilty after that. So that's probably
she just had a little
wanted
bit
to
too
make
much to
sure.
drink. That's
The
all it
thing
was.
is, we're all there to have a good time and turn up for Larry's 30 because 30 is a milestone.
Yeah.
But no one likes a sloppy drunk. I don't like babysitting people.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh my gosh, no one likes a sloppy drunk. Shout out to the holiday party here at AfterBuzz. No one likes a sloppy drunk.
Yeah, she was having just a ton of fun that night.
Yeah.
Everybody was.
But I do
really
think that her
tough.
body language, like I said, from what I saw, but you all were there, so whatever.
Ooh. I wish I was a little fly in there.
I thought it was so funny when Sophia iced her out. I wrote note on this. Sophia iced her out.
I told her to leave. They didn't keep that in there, but I told. I
But it
wasn't
shows
being,
her coming to the group
I know, and I
your
wasn't
back
being
is like,
shady. I
boom.
said you gotta go, and then I turned around. I wasn't just being mean girl. I actually said you need to leave. You're flirting with Mercedes.
Yes.
So I wasn't being mean girl. I told her you need to leave, but they didn't air that, so it looked like I was being like all high school blocking her out, but I wasn't.
It did
I
look
said
very
you need to
high
leave
school.
by.
Yeah.
It did,
But
you're
it
right.
was very direct.
Yeah, it was. It was
Yeah,
like,
but it wasn't
mean
like
girl.
that. I had already expressed that it wasn't cool and you need to leave, and then I turned.
Was
Yeah.
it because you kind of sensed, even so she was flirting, you kind of sensed her
Well-
behavior was
Well, and
weird
the fact
as well?
that Nicole was getting stressed out. She had done everything to plan this party, and I didn't. Like, Tia doesn't know very many people there, and she was turning up and causing drama, and Nicole felt in the middle, so that's another reason too.
Well, she was
I like-
belligerently drunk
Yeah.
at my man's party.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for you, not saying he's my.
Which is fine,
But
but,
you know.
she doesn't really know anybody yet. It's fine to
Yeah.
be turned up. It's fine if we have messy nights. I definitely have
But
some
first
messy nights coming up,
impressions.
but
If you don't know
exactly
anybody,
first
why are
impressions.
you-
That's what the reason.
Yeah. It was like her first time. Well, yeah, kind of. First
Pretty
time
much.
meeting a lot of people.
Yeah, she knew you, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then we see Natalie pull you out.
Right.
And was like, homegirl, why didn't you tell me that
Give
Sean
me the
was gonna
third
be
degree.
here?
I'm like, please, like, not now. My hair was messy. Did you see my bun? It was like halfway to the side. I was like,
Because you had been
I
partying.
had enough.
Right.
But you know
At
what?
that point, I had enough. I was like,
You know what? In my opinion, there's a time and a place for everything. And if I was Natalie, I would have saved that for the next morning so I could have called you
Right.
or met up with Brunch and been like, you know, why didn't? But I would never ask my best friend at her man's 30th. This isn't the 29th. This is the 30th.
Dirty 30.
Birthday about some stuff that I got going on with my ex.
You guys were cool though. You guys wrapped it up. She just kind of said, "I'm mad you did that," and then it's like, "It's okay, it's good, fine." And
I think we even like hugged and everything at the end. We were just
it wasn't really like that.
Natalie gets like even me, when I drink a little bit too much, I get emotional. So she was a little emotional. I think she had to get it off her chest.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she would wake up in the next morning, and Natalie's like a little bit like harder than all of us. So she'd wake up the next morning and be like, I'm not even going to talk about it. But because she felt it at that moment, when Natalie feels it, she just has to get it off her chest.
Well, I think we all are
best friend too, so she can obviously tell you anything. Right?
Yeah,
that is true. We all get emotional, I'd venture to say, because if the wrong song comes on the drive home, I'm sobbing in the passenger side because I don't drink and drive. Okay?
Oh my God.
So I'm in the passenger or the back seat in the fetal position if the wrong song comes on. So then we move on to Barbie's champagne brunch that she had in Malibu, and you expressed that you're getting wedding fever. But that's been kind of like a recurring theme. So do you still have wedding fever?
I have been with Larry almost basically 5 years now. So yeah, I do. And only because like I'm just traditional. I want to get married first before I have kids. And he talks about kids and he talks about all this other stuff. And I'm like, what about marriage? Like, so, you know, when you're with somebody for so long, I mean, they see what they see on camera, but our relationship every day, we're together all the time. So we don't talk
at the party together, the Grammy weekend party
we're together all the time.
What annoys me though is it seems like Nicole so like loves Larry, but Larry loves Nicole just as much as she does. He's obsessed with her, and I know. Well, I'm just saying,
the show
makes me look like I'm like,
well, it kind of does, which is like it doesn't show
annoying.
Larry texting her off the hook. It doesn't show Larry like staring at her, taking her. He's obsessed with her, and I know he wants to marry you. He's told me that's my wife, but it obviously takes time, right?
How long are you willing to wait? Is the question.
Well, I mean,
time's ticking.
I feel like he's not getting the kids until we're married, so I think he knows he has to do it. But Larry's like the type of guy, like what you guys see, he's like, I mean, he acts hard on TV, but I feel like he has to because like he knows he has to marry me. So he has to throw me off, I feel. So I'm like, I kind of feel like there must be a surprise coming because he's acting too hard for 5 years in to like, I don't want to talk about that. It's not the right time to talk about that.
So he's going to like...
I feel like he's the type of guy that really if he's going to do something, he's doing it all the way. He's surprising me. I won't
He seems very particular.
Very particular. Yeah.
By the way, he looked so handsome getting his hair cut. That's so random, but it's something about a guy that gets a fresh, you know, like a fresh fade.
Yes.
He looked
You gotta look good for his 30th birthday, right?
Well, yeah, you don't want to come in rolling bummy on your birthday.
Exactly.
But that is something that I did note, and thank you for clearing that up because, like we were saying, the show really does kind of paint it as like,
it's really annoying.
Here comes Nicole talking about Larry.
Like, I look like an annoying little puppy, and I'm like, I wish he's so like when cameras are around, he's a guy. He doesn't act like that. I act myself.
And he's actually pretty shy too, which comes off as like
he holds back.
No, he seems like he's shy. That's readable through the TV. He seems like he's shy.
Every time an episode airs, and I get all these comments like, Nicole, you need to have a backbone. He's like, babe, I don't know what should I have done, and I'm like, you act mean. You act like
he does act very dismissive.
But he's not like that at all.
Well, that is refreshing to know, and I hope that you all sooner than later. And I respect you for holding true to your stance. No damn children before I get a ring on.
So excuse me if I talk about it a lot, but he talks about kids and he talks about buying new houses and doing all this, and I'm like, okay, wedding.
Right. Do you think that you jumped the gun by living together?
Yes, I do.
That you should have just.
Yep. 100%. But when I feel like if I hadn't have moved in with him so soon, things might have gone a different direction. I feel like we'd probably be married by now. But
he's comfortable.
Yeah, he's comfortable. And the way me and Larry started, we became best friends so fast.
That's the way
we
to do it.
We do everything together. He doesn't go anywhere without me. I don't go anywhere without him. I mean, he can do his thing when he wants to, but he's just like, I have so much fun with you. Like, I don't even like care to. So it's like we're together like.
And he's comfortable.
Yeah.
You're making him iced tea with one squirt of lemon.
Exactly. Thank you. He's
and the pinch of salt.
He's
not
so
too
comfortable.
Much.
So, yeah, I don't know. If I had have not moved in so soon and not been so available, maybe things would be different. But I'm in too deep now already. So
I
don't
think so.
No regrets.
Think you're
no regrets. But
it's happening.
It could have been different. You think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay,
I actually
she knows something you don't know.
I was about to say, Sophia, are you dropping breadcrumbs here on AfterBuzz? Now, so then at the brunch, Tia shows up. which no one was ready for. But I didn't feel like she came in like a. She didn't come in like a Nene Leakes type way. She just walked in because she seemed to be unaware that everyone had this bone to pick with her.
Right. Yeah.
And then here comes messy Olivia dropping a public bombshell, which I thought was so tacky.
No.
You didn't think it was?
Tia tries, but Tia tries to say that we were in public. We were just us girls there, and we tell each other everything. Olivia just mentioned...
So you don't think that that's something that should have been pulled over to the side? Like, hey girl, your man slid in my DMs.
You know, I think
she wasn't doing it to be catty, though. We were talking about it, and she just mentioned, that guy, oh, he DM'd me. She was casual about it. She wasn't doing it to be like, oh yeah, well, your man loves me. Tia was the one flirting with her boyfriend. Tia was the one who egged it on later in the episode, so I don't think there was anything
Tia
wrong
already
with
created some type of tension anyway.
Between those two,
and Tia has never, like, I asked Tia at the party and it didn't air either. I was like, who is your boyfriend? And she's like, wouldn't you like to know? And Olivia was like, ooh.
Yeah.
So that's why at the lunch, that's why at the brunch, Olivia was just like, didn't care to like, save her feelings.
Exactly.
She was just like, she's like, okay, well, he DM'd me. How tight can you guys be, and why didn't you say that was your man before?
Exactly.
And Tia emphasized that she was just being friendly.
Right. Well, instead of that, why didn't Olivia just say, I know she's not ratchet, I know she's not going to be like outward like that, but why didn't she say like, hey, you know, I saw you were flirting with Mercedes, that's my boyfriend. So if you want to keep hanging out in this circle, keep away from him. Like, why didn't she speak up in that effort?
Because we hadn't seen her yet. Barbie wasn't at the party either, so she didn't know that it would be awkward to invite Tia. So I think that was like the first time they even had communicated since the party. So
because I would have pulled her off to the side. And this man is Greg Toller, who plays for the Colts, allegedly. I didn't get a chance to Google him. Did you look him up?
Yeah, I did. I looked it up. No.
I don't know what he looks like. I've never met him. I have no clue.
Shade.
You said what?
I don't know what he looks like. I've never met him. She says the name. I have no idea.
I'm going to end up Googling him, but you know I don't get good service in
Girl, Tia.
Within the studio.
You better find somebody else.
So then we move on to Barbie's dress fitting, in which, you know, Barbie, I got to talk to her last year. I really, really like her. She is hilarious to me.
Barbs.
Like,
she's
kept me in stitches during.
She's hilarious.
She looked like an actual Barbie during her dress fitting. The hair was right, the dresses were right, and then here comes Miss Nicole. Who was there to accompany her to the dress fitting, but then Nicole committed what I classify as a cardinal sin by trying on a damn dress at my best friend. Are you all best friends or just friends?
We're pretty close. We're best friends.
Okay, well, my close friend's dress fitting.
Yeah. So here's what happened. Okay, so knowing me, I mean, she knows me very well. Yeah. We all know each other very well. So I go with her, and I told her before we walk in there, I think it aired how I said, if I have maybe 2 glasses of champagne, this could go bad. Yes. And she laughed, like, whatever. We were laughing about it before we even went. And I was like, I don't even know if I should walk in here because I have the fever. It could go bad. Mm-hmm. So when she was trying on dresses, you know, I mean, there was a lot more. I didn't just automatically go, can I try on a dress? We were there for a long time and we were drinking. Mm-hmm. And so the lady was like, are you getting married anytime soon? I'm like, huh. We were joking. I'm like, I hope. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, you should probably think about, you know, looking for the right type of dress. And Barbie's like, oh yeah, it took me a year to get the fit. And I was like, a year? And then the lady's like, you should think about it since you're already here. And then I was like, had another couple drinks. And I'm like, hey, I'll try on a dress. Right? So it kind of like led to that, and it looked really harsh. But I love Barbie. I would have never made her feel. I never saw her look there.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I was oblivious to that. I thought she was like, yeah, girl.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you,
it wasn't as serious as they made it look.
It wasn't as serious.
It was more casual.
It was kind of more like funny.
Yeah.
And then when she got the call, they made it look so
horrific. Like I said, I was in my bed yesterday snacking on my Pepperidge Farm goldfish. And I was like, no, Nicole did not. Like, I'm gonna have to tell her about herself tomorrow. No, she did not.
I swear, I like lost followers from that. I was like, no.
Oh my God.
No, guys, you guys need to follow her back.
But I think Barbie will be okay. We're best friends, and I honestly, like, our personalities though are like so different. Because like, I'm not saying anybody else has to be that way, but if that was me and like you came with me, I'd be like, girl, try on dresses with me.
For sure.
Because I'm funny and I'm just like, let's just have fun, let's get drunk, and you try on one too, let's Snapchat it. But like Barbie, and now I know better, but Barbie's more so like, my day.
Like Sophia would be.
Right. Yeah. Right. So it's like, not everybody's like me, and I learned my lesson. Not everybody's like how I am.
You're like, it's my day.
Yeah. Right.
I'm like,
Sophia already says she is not toying around when it's her time to walk down the aisle.
Yeah.
So don't you, this is for whoever goes with Sophia, don't you think about trying on a wedding dress.
Exactly. I won't. I learned my lesson.
You'll probably get scalped.
For people that know Nicole, though, she doesn't have bad intentions. I don't think you did that to like steal Barbie's shine. It was a lot.
I think we were just tipsy. I don't know what I was thinking.
More,
It happens. Anytime alcohol is involved, it happens. So then we move to Autumn's house, and then Michelle, the liaison between Autumn and Tia, is over there. It's all different types of beautiful, black girl magic going on in this, like, what was it called that they were sitting under? Like
canopy?
It is.
Yeah.
They were like in like a... Yeah, something like that. It looked good. Like the olive green couches and stuff, the outdoor furniture.
Gazebo thing they're in,
yeah. So then they get to talking, and what they're talking about is how Tia has not spoken to her man about Olivia's accusations about it going down in the DM, which I thought was odd, because if someone tells me, Shar, your man has been DMing me, I'm going to ask him about it. I'm not going to confront him, because you never know. And Autumn said exactly what I said. Where are the receipts? I would have expected, if you're bold enough to say, or if I'm bold enough to say, Trene, your overseas football player has been sliding in my DMs, I'm expecting you to be like, Shar, where are the receipts?
Yeah, like, let me see. Show me the proof.
I think Olivia...
He DM'd like over a year before, though, so that's the thing.
So you lose them. I feel like
Yeah.
I don't know, some of mine disappear. I don't know, some of I look for them, and then there's like the old ones since you update.
And I honestly
my account got hacked too, so I lost all my DMs,
Oh, gosh.
which is fine.
I think on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken, if you send someone a DM and things don't go your way or whatever the hell, if you delete it, it's deleted from their feed as well.
So they can take it back if they delete it?
I believe so, on Instagram only, not on Twitter.
That might be what happened, and he probably felt embarrassed.
That's a way that you can feel reckless if you are out there doing it, because if it's not being done, delete, and there's no evidence that there's no screenshots.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Because she said she didn't she was like, I don't have it anymore. She probably
But didn't you all think that was odd? If someone were to tell you all that, wouldn't you want to see the receipts? Wouldn't you want to see the proof?
Well, she could have asked right then and there at the dinner if it really upset her, but like I said, it was like a year ago that he DM'd, so I don't
Would you have
you'd have to be
your man?
sliding
Are you
to
kidding?
find
You wouldn't
that
have
DM.
You count to 5. I'd be already on the phone like, hey.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, I didn't even need proof right away. I just want to hear what you got to say, and then I'll find the proof after. I'm like so quick.
I just want to hear. Right? Would you have confronted your man if someone would have told you that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was unusual.
I mean, I would probably. I definitely.
That's why I just question like how close they really were.
Exactly.
Because if you're really, that's really your man.
That's kind of a whistleblower.
Why does that have the power? And then they say later that, Joe, I'm not talking to Greg anymore. So how does that have the power if you really are that serious?
That was very sophomoric.
At Larry's party, she said that wouldn't you like to know? She said she didn't really have a man. So I was kind of confused, like, do you have a man or do you not? So, I don't know. And Olivia's not a shady person. Tia kind of seems to be a little shady sometimes.
Do we have an imposter?
Okay, look. Do we have a Shar in the bunch? Someone who's not a WAG? So then, oh my gosh. I gotta ask about this scene when Cindy from Pink Cheeks came to bleach the assholes.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. So when these scenes go down,
to do that.
But you know what? They're always doing something crazy.
I was invited.
And they are not afraid to be nude.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Those girls are not afraid to take it off and run around. Like, it makes for good TV though.
Yes.
So my question is, like I said, as someone who has worked on reality show sets, how do Trene?
Mom?
She must have seen your snaps. But how do you, I cannot imagine, because I know how big or small, either way there are crews, okay? There's audio, there is cameramen. I could not imagine being naked and tooting it up in the air for Cindy to go back there and bleach the...
Because it's blurred out on TV, but it wasn't blurred out live.
Exactly.
Just like, who
the
was that
cameramen have seen so
They've
much.
seen so much. Do you remember my Vegas scene in the first season where I was bent over when they ripped my clothes off?
Yeah. And I got stripped down first
I was about to say.
Yeah, you did too.
And y'all were running around. And it's like all of those guys with their scruffy beards and pimply faces.
I actually
and
ended
dirty
up going, I was
fingernails.
naked and I ended up doing this. I was like, fine, you want me naked? And I did that. But
all
they
the
didn't
guys
hear that.
they're like,
How do they react to that? Has anyone ever tried to cross that professional line and talk to you?
No, they're very professional. But they're really cool too. They're fun to work with.
Yeah.
And
So it makes you more comfortable to be a little bit more
exactly.
liberal.
really close. We were close with a couple of the camera guys, and they're so funny and so cool.
Yeah.
They probably see
And
tons of
they're
stuff.
used to that.
They're used to it.
So then
Those
we
are my
have, because we only have a few more minutes left, so I just want to skirt through these last few points.
Yeah.
So then Natalie and Olivia Natalie and Autumn finally go sit down at the Marmalade down in Sherman Oaks on Ventura, and they hash it out. And I thought that scene, again, was so ass backwards on Autumn's end.
Yeah. It was.
On Autumn's end. Because again, I have her quoted as saying, at the end of the day, she doesn't give an F. Yes, you do. Because if you didn't, we wouldn't have to have this sit down.
Exactly.
Because you keep acting up on my time. I'm speaking as if I'm not.
Right.
We wouldn't be doing this. And then she said that she is not affected by what anyone has to say about her and her man's marriage. And that is a damn lie. I think we're the same age. She's 28, right?
Yeah.
Right.
She had a lot to say about me. Yeah.
But she had.
She's 27.
Yeah, 27 maybe.
Anyways,
Yeah.
she definitely gives an F.
Oh,
That's for sure.
And she should. I feel like
if
if you're in a normal, healthy relationship and something happens, you should give an F.
Yeah.
You should.
And then on top of that, she is the one, we wouldn't even be sitting down if you wouldn't have started it, Autumn. So spare Natalie with all of the shenanigans. She started this with talking crap about Natalie and Sean.
And I love how Autumn's like
And now she's the
swearing and
victim.
like going like this at Natalie. Natalie's just sitting there very calm and she's making valid points.
Yeah.
Like if we're in a group of, like Natalie said, if we're in a group together, always seeing each other, like I want it to be okay between us. And that's, I think, Natalie's intention, whereas Autumn they weren't on the same page there.
Yeah.
I think that
Fans,
she
girls,
should have,
random people are going to talk. Go
Right.
ahead.
She
That's
should
the
have
quote she
owned
said.
up.
Yeah.
To her.
I would have
Autumn just wants the last
You know?
word. That's what it is I think they both want to drop it really badly. I know Autumn's fed up, and I definitely know Natalie's fed up, but Autumn just wants the last word, and she keeps on. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then it just keeps not being okay.
And
So
it's redundant, and it's
getting
in circles
old.
Because
over something you started.
They'll get somewhere and then Autumn will just say something crazy again.
Yeah, and
that where
then
Natalie's
all
like,
over
why
again.
in the hell would you say that?
Right.
Like,
Who
and then it
says
brings them back
that?
to square one. Like, she does say things that are just way out of line.
But then she also says, I don't give an F. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And the receipts show that you do because you're
Exactly.
acting crazy for no reason. Like, we could be holding hands, skipping in a field of lilies right now, but you are the troublemaker. I still love you, Autumn, but you are the troublemaker. And then, so we fast forward to the casino night. So they call their truce. Now, I don't know if you girls can answer this, but did Sasha and Autumn intentionally wear the same hairstyle?
That night?
Were they like, we're
this?
just going to be twinsies? This was a casino night. They both had the slick down.
with
and
the
then
hair.
like they both had the center part.
I've seen that look a couple times. I feel like that must have been a fluke.
But they
That must
both
have
were
been a
in
fluke.
black dresses with the exact
both-
same hairstyle. I
Yeah.
was like, did they plan this?
yeah, it must have been a fluke. I don't know.
yeah, I feel like it would probably be a fluke.
I would have had to go to the bathroom and mess my stuff up.
Yeah, I think that was
I don't want to look ignorant side. I don't want to look childish, looking like some other woman in here. No, thank you. It's not twin day in fourth grade.
And they had the little cups. The
Right.
Russian Moscow.
That's
They're
Moscow
Moscow
Mule.
mules. Yeah,
That's the first. I love a good
Twinning.
Moscow Mule.
I
What's
want
you all's
one.
favorite drink?
I love a good glass of Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a wine
You're
girl.
safe. You're
Yeah.
safe.
I'm a champagne girl or vodka Red Bull if I want to turn.
Vodka Red Bull, yeah. That's my other. That's my
I was
number
about to
two.
say, I know you're not drinking Chardonnay to turn
I'll
up.
drink Chardonnay before I go out, and then as soon as I go out, it's vodka Red Bull.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
So
I'll have
I
the
enjoy
wine
a
with
mule.
dinner too,
Yeah.
but I love
What do you like,
I
Trene?
like a mule, and I also like whiskey sour.
I like those too.
And I like a
cousin Steph drinks
kamikaze.
that.
Oh, I don't think I've ever had a kamikaze. Sounds dangerous though.
It does.
Sounds like something you wake up and you don't know where your iPhone is.
Yeah.
Or your car. But so this is when it gets really, really messy. This is when I was like, oh my gosh, Tia pulled out the coup de grace.
Oh my god.
And that's French for look it up. So Tia pulled out the coup de grace, and not only is now what I did not like is that Olivia was late. I didn't like that.
Yeah, no.
Because she knew that she was going to be meeting Mercedes' mom, and even though I thought that was so early.
Although
why are we introducing parents?
I was in the
this
same
early?
car with them, and the guy that was driving us, the driver, had no clue where he was going. Took the wrong freeway. We had to go all the way around, so it wasn't her fault. And I was like,
That happened to me
and
in
Natalie
Uber
were there.
earlier today. That
this
happened to me in Uber. She didn't have
Really?
Wi-Fi. I'm like, how are you driving around using GPS?
Yeah,
and
this
you're
guy
searching
like
for free
didn't. He
Wi-Fi?
couldn't really speak
Yeah.
English. The GPS, and not to mention Mercedes' event was like all the way in like Marina Del Rey or somewhere crazy far.
That's in the boonies.
It was really far this place was. So
well, Tia was on time and she met and schmoozed with Mom.
Better believe she was on time.
She was like, oh, she's not here, so it's my time.
She was like, you want to play games? You want to talk about DMs? It's time to pull out the coup de grace. So she, how did you all feel about? Now I know you weren't there.
Yeah, I had to work.
So how did you feel about that? How was it being there and walking in and seeing that and being just a part of that?
So awkward. I mean, Olivia doesn't even like confrontation. No. So it's like when she feels like something's bothering her, she like kind of closes off and she'll just be like, I'm not even gonna like, forget it, it's okay. And like one of us will.
I noticed that because she's not a fan. What I've noticed about Olivia, she's not a fan of, can I talk to you in private?
Yeah, no.
She's very much so, you do it right here, you don't do it at all.
She doesn't, and she doesn't want to do the private thing with Tia because she's like kind of like scared of Tia. She doesn't know where she's gonna get with her.
I don't like you.
I don't think she's
No, not scared of her like that. Did you see how Tia pulled her over and she was like, oh, you're creeping me out. That type of scare.
Yeah.
But
she doesn't know what she's going to get with Tia. She's like creeped out. She's like, are you going to put a spell on me? Or like, what are you going to do? Not afraid she's going to fight her.
Yeah.
No.
It was actually quite funny to me personally to see Tia roll out the shenanigans that she did with as far as talking to Mom. And then Olivia rolls up. She's like, oh, is this you all's first time meeting? Well, my drink needs to be refreshed. Mercedes, you want to come with me to get your...
I know.
I was like, oh my God. And then she left them, those two there to talk. And I know that Olivia was probably cringing. Because Mom's like, I've been known to threaten bitches. Like, you're like, whoa, okay.
And not only is she dealing with that, but she's looking over like, where did they just go together? Like, she's poor Olivia.
So she's probably thinking about, right.
Yeah. Can't even talk
was
to his
Mercedes
mom,
aware how Olivia felt about Tia?
No.
I would imagine. I was like, if he was, why would he go off with her?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you so many. We watched part of the episode together, Sophia and I, and I wanted to ask her so bad, but I was like, no, I gotta save it.
I know.
For the
That's what I was wanting to too. I'm like, I don't want to. You do your thing, I'll do mine. Wait till we get in the room. Yeah.
So
but yeah, I feel like that was like definitely good for TV, but you know Tia was being shady by doing that, schmoozing with the mom, and you know she was just trying to get to Olivia because she felt insecure that her man DM'd Olivia.
I loved it. Not only did it make good TV, but that is something. That level of petty is something that I would do in my real life. I swear it is. I swear it is. You want to play games with me? You want to rumble with the bee? I'll show you how to rumble with the bee.
Yeah.
By the way, are you watching Hip Hop Honors tonight?
You know, I don't know, because
you know they're honoring Little Kim and Missy.
I might have to, watch it tomorrow.
Comes on VH1 tonight.
I want to see that.
Okay, and then like I said, Olivia and Natalie, they love a good public. Instead, they're not fans of let me talk to you in private.
No, right.
It's you do it here or it doesn't happen at all.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of pointed out. I saw on my Twitter that people were saying, well, was Olivia lying? Because then when Tia finally got around to asking about the receipts about the DM, Olivia kind of seemed, instead of just saying it wasn't there anymore, she kind of seemed like she was like stuttering, trying to look for her words, and it did come across. I could see how people would draw the conclusion that she was lying.
I mean, I can see that too, but I think she just felt kind of attacked, and Tia already had shown up to the party. She talked to his mom. She tried to make Olivia feel uncomfortable, and she was just all kind of like, I don't want to talk to you. You know what I mean? And she just came at Olivia like that. So I just think she's just doesn't like that type of confrontation feeling, you know? And Tia was coming on really strong, so.
And what I noticed is that when the ladies are like gossiping, they always kind of do it in public. You guys are never scared that the person you're gossiping about is gonna like pop up on you?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's happened a couple times. I think it happened to Tia that night.
They
were like,
it did happen to Tia, and they called her crazy, and she was like, I'm too pretty for this shit.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into predictions. You two stay silent.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, Trene. Your girl Trene. At your girl Trene. What do you think's going down next week?
Definitely the aftermath from the party. It's gonna be some crazy stuff still. It's gonna be some momentum building up and some fights, I feel like.
I feel the same way.
Yeah,
the scene that I'm most anticipating seeing is when Sasha finds out that she's not invited to the wedding. Oh my gosh, wasn't it you in that scene that dropped that bomb?
Well, yeah, it slipped because we were like,
that Sasha's not invited to the wedding.
And I was like, oh, it showed on the invitation where to register. She's like, what invitation? I was like,
and I thought that Barbie, you know what, if Barbie comes back this season, I gotta ask her why she let that girl plan her damn bridal shower and she don't have an invite to the wedding. Oh my God. Oh, Sasha. Come here. So, yeah, that's my prediction. I think are we in for a good season? Be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you guys have no idea.
Because I've been pumping you all show all up and down my social media.
You have
and
no
I need you
idea.
all to start to get information and be watching on Sunday nights.
You guys just shouldn't. I feel like you can't miss an episode because if you miss something, like
there's too much going on.
We have
and there's
so
a lot
many
of names
surprises.
to keep up with.
Yes.
Because I noticed Ashley isn't back. I saw Ashley
not.
in Sherman Oaks.
I saw
she
her
was
too,
pregnant.
actually. Yeah, she was very pregnant.
Yeah,
I think
I saw
she
her.
still hasn't had her baby.
She hasn't.
Yeah.
She hasn't had her baby yet.
She was pregnant and she was at a crab shack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. She had a craving.
I see everybody. I said, hi, Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley from WAGS.
Oh.
She looked a little taken aback, but I didn't know she wasn't going to come back for season 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that she was dating was very cute to me. He was my favorite last
Sean.
season. Oh my gosh, he's so handsome. But I'm not trying to. How long were they together? Like 12 years. And no ring. No, thank you. You can keep him, girl. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us.
Thank you guys for having
For
us.
the after show for season 2, episode 3 of E's WAGS. We're gonna go down the line. I'm Shar Jossell. You can find me everywhere on social media at Shar Says So. You know that's all S's. Trene.
And what's up, you guys? It's your girl Trene. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram at your girl Trene.
I'm Sophia Pierson. My Instagram is Sophia Pierson, and my Twitter is Sophia Pierson.
Easy. Yeah. I'm Nicole Williams, and my Twitter and Instagram is just Nick with 2 T's.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
like
having
little
us.
human Barbies. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next time on the WAGS After Show.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.